improving is sort of what keeps you hungry. Because the results are something you can't control, really, whereas you can control your approach. I think keeps you on track.
Yeah, good overall. We were fighting for kind of the top spot all season. We play in the WNBL Division 1 League in England, so we were lucky enough to go to Manchester to play in the National Cup final, which we won. But that was probably the highlight of the season. And we ended up finishing second overall, which is still quite good, and made it all the way to the final of the playoffs, and unfortunately fell at the final hurdle and lost. But yeah, overall great season.
Started well. And then mid-season, I actually picked up a bit of illness, ended up with a chest infection. Actually, by the end, I was back on track and it was going really well, and I managed to pick up 3 of the 4 major trophies of the World Cup season. So it was actually kind of beyond my own expectations. So yeah, I'm really pleased. Even though telemark is a small skiing discipline, I still apply myself as if it were an Olympic sport, or I still give it everything I have, and I think that is important. If you want to be successful in anything, you have to always do your best. And then another point of success is people like enable.services that have supported me and people that have helped me along the way. That does mean that you can keep going, and being able to keep going and stick at something is ultimately what makes you successful in the long term. But I also think it's important to separate person and the athlete. At a point, you do get wrapped up with results when you're in it, but that doesn't make you better or worse than anybody else.
I think as an athlete as well, you're kind of always striving for more. Like, you can win and have had in basketball, or even in your case, you could have had a terrible run or a terrible game, but you've somehow kind of managed to get the win. But if you only use the result as a measure of success, it's not actually a correct measure. And so I think, especially like someone like yourself who's dedicated a whole life to it, just winning one isn't enough. You're like pushing to get another one and then another one. So it's like, probably you 10 years ago, if you'd been told you were going to win 3 globes, you'd be like, oh, life made, that's all I'd ever want to do. Whereas now you're like, oh, I kind of want to do it again and again, and push. And so it's not even that you're that down to earth really, but you're an athlete and you want to continually strive and get better. Yeah,
it's more about improving.
The results are nice.
The results are really nice. Yeah, don't get me wrong, but the improving is sort of what keeps you hungry, because the results are something you can't control really, whereas you can control your approach, and that reduces the anxiety and that keeps it fun, and that, yeah, I think keeps you on track. If we're talking purely practical, it helps you pay for your flights, your coaching costs, your gym membership, all sorts of things that you need to pay for in order to compete and train and be fit and that kind of thing. But it does also give you a sense that somebody's behind you and backing you. And I think with that, you get quite a confidence boost. It sounds maybe a bit corny, but it does actually. It's like quite touching that a company are willing to back you, or an individual, or anybody just believes in your story and what you're doing. It's like, I met Joe at an event and then he's like, I'll help you. And then he's gotten me involved with the bigger company and all you guys. And yeah, it's just like that human contact and, doing a bit for the community and people in the local area as well. So it's more than just being a business, or it's more than just being an athlete. It's also having an impact in a positive way, I think.
Especially for Ipswich basketball, who is based in the community. I think if you can get people on board that are also for the community, that helps as well. It's part of it, I think. And I think as well, this was kind of surprising for us, wasn't it? Yeah. Because we went to that not knowing that we were going to meet someone who would be willing to help us. We didn't know what kind of company he worked for or anything like that. And I don't know, just sometimes it surprises you who cares. And even some of your sponsors, other sponsors, are all just from super different kind of walks of life, and gives you a chance to meet people that you never would have met. And brings real value, doesn't it? Yeah. You can find me on Instagram at Maddy Wormald. That's it.
Yeah, and I'm Jas Telemark on everything, so that keeps it simple. And just a massive thank you to Enable Services for supporting us.